In a cozy little corner of the forest, lived a playful and adventurous cat named Mimi. Mimi loved to explore her surroundings, and one sunny afternoon, she discovered a delightful patch of mud. Without a second thought, she jumped right in and started playing, rolling around and having a fantastic time. Mud was splattered everywhere, covering her from head to tail. When the sun began to set, she realized she was hungry and made her way back home. As Mimi walked into the kitchen, her mother, Mrs. Whiskers, was preparing dinner. Mimi's little paws left muddy prints all over the floor. Mrs. Whiskers turned around and gasped. Seeing her otherwise pristine daughter covered in mud and about to touch the food, she let out a loud yowl, "Mimi, no!" Startled, Mimi scampered away, and, exhausted from her day of play, fell asleep without cleaning herself. During the night, she tossed and turned in her sleep, leaving muddy smears all over her cozy bed. When she woke up in the morning, Mimi looked around and saw the mess she had made. The bed was covered in dried mud, and so was she. Mrs. Whiskers walked in and her whiskers drooped with disappointment. "Mimi, look at this mess." That's when she noticed Mimi was shivering. Concerned, she felt Mimi's forehead and realized her daughter had developed a fever from sleeping in the dirt. Panicked, Mrs. Whiskers dialed for the ambulance and rushed Mimi to the hospital. Dr. Paws, the wise old cat doctor, examined Mimi and began treating her immediately. "No need to worry," he reassured Mrs. Whiskers. "She's just caught a mild infection. We'll clean her up and give her some medicine." Mimi was given a warm bath, and the medical staff cleaned every speck of mud from her fur. She was treated with care and comfort, and soon, she started to feel much better. By the time they left the hospital, Mimi was her cheerful self again, and her fur shone brighter than ever. Mrs. Whiskers hugged her tightly, and they both purred with joy. From that day on, Mimi learned the importance of staying clean and promised her mother she would always wash up after playing. And so, they lived happily, with Mimi playing safely and always remembering to stay clean.